$25,000 every single month with what we call reverse speed wholesaling. What is up, guys? Zach Ginn here.
Rick Ginn here.
And we are going to give you a revolutionary strategy that you've probably heard before. We've talked about this a lot, but this is a strategy a lot of newbies, and especially starting out right now as a beginner, a lot of wholesalers are struggling trying to catch up to what's new in the wholesaling industry and finding buyers because, let's face it, the past year or two, it was very easy to find buyers and very hard to find deals. And really, it's getting a lot easier to find deals, but a lot more difficult to find buyers. And a lot of wholesalers are struggling. And the honest truth is, during every single quote recession, every single bad time in wholesaling, quote, reverse wholesaling has always been there and has always been the top strategy to find deals as fast as possible. Why do you think we got the lightning flash logo behind us? Because we're talking about speed today.
Okay.
Speed. So if you're looking to get as much money in the fastest way possible, not just reverse wholesaling, but speed wholesaling, this is what we're going to talk about today. We're going to break it down step by step. So even a beginner can find the top areas for wholesaling real estate, not really work too hard on the dispo side. I think a lot of wholesalers, they get a deal, they work so hard trying to sell it. And the honest truth is, if you do reverse speed wholesaling, selling deals are just nothing really. And you're just marketing in a lot smaller area, but you sell them really easy. So it really flips the switch and really flips the script of how every single real estate wholesaling YouTuber or guru talks about wholesaling. It's honestly a tried and true system we use all the time. So reverse speed wholesaling, getting deals the fastest way possible. And before I break it down, I do want to let everybody know, reverse speed wholesaling, we did not invent it. No guru has invented it that they all claim they have, but this is a strategy that's going on for decades, right?
Yeah, super long time. So as I said, there's no secrets in wholesaling. It's just some things work a little bit better in different types of marketing. I've always been an advocate of reverse wholesaling. It just makes sense. The problem is in the last 7 years, you didn't really have to do it. And like if you're new to the business, you never really heard this concept before, but it's going to make sense because the fundamentals are there. And it'll actually allow you to do deals that you probably wouldn't have done before because, well, we'll get into it.
We'll break it all down. So guys, if you're ready to get into it, do us a favor. Make sure you go out here and smash that like button. Make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit the bell notification so you never miss a live stream that we got. And always, you already know what to do. Make sure you comment below your questions so we can answer them and help you out in wholesaling real estate. So without further ado, let's get it going. Let's start wholesaling some houses and let's get into reverse speed wholesaling. Woo!
Get the fuck out of bed, bitch. Go. Get up, and then they got go on. Time to wake up, bitch, get up. Get up, get up.
Snap. We're ready to go, guys. We are excited to break this down. We are currently on day 27 of the 30-day wholesaling challenge, and today is all about reverse speed wholesaling. So let's cut the fluff. Let's get straight into it so we know exactly how to start reverse speed wholesaling step by step. So first and foremost, this is the biggest question, but what is reverse speed wholesaling, right? Like I know gurus like to do big, crazy buzzwords of what is this? What is this? Right. Everyone gets so excited. And honestly, the truth is reverse speed wholesaling is exactly in the definition. We got to break down. There's two parts. There's two new wholesaling strategies in these, and we just got to kind of flip the switch on what we're doing and how they work. So let's talk about the first one, right? Reverse wholesaling. What's reverse wholesaling, right? So reverse wholesaling is when you're wholesaling, but you switch some parts into it. And what do I mean by this, right? Really what reverse wholesaling is, in my opinion, is you flip two parts in the wholesaling process. That is it. So what are the parts we flip, right? So in regular wholesaling real estate, we market. So we find motivated seller deals and just motivated sellers. And then we lock the property under contract, bring it to title. Then we find a cash buyer. Then we sell the deal to the cash buyer, assignment, close, money, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in reverse wholesaling, we switch it up. We don't market first. We actually find the cash buyer first. We find where they want to buy. And then we market to the area they want to buy. And then it's a little flip, but it changes the whole game, because once you get a property under contract, you go back to that buyer that said, hey, remember you told me you wanted to buy 3 2s that are good rental properties in the zip code? Well, here it is. And it's like, it's almost impossible for them to say no, they don't want the deal, because it's exactly what they wanted. It's shocking, right?
Yeah.
It's like going to a guy that loves pizza and you're just a restaurant and you're like, hey, you said you wanted pizza. Here's your pepperoni pizza. It's like, I don't want it. No, of course they're going to want it. They're going to want that deal. So guys, it's a very simple concept, but it flips the way you're looking at wholesaling. And truly, so many wholesalers right now are struggling so hard to sell their wholesaling deals. They are struggling so bad right now. And heck, the honest truth here is you just got to flip the two parts. That is it. Simplicity scales, complexity fails. So how do we do this, right? Like what's this thing then, right? You just flip the two parts on the process and you reverse it. That is it. Then you go out here and start marketing. Simple as that. So let's just really overall, let's talk about this really quick. Number one, we find the cash buyer first, and then we find the areas that they want to buy. Pretty simple. I'm not trying to complicate this. Like that's it. I think one thing you have always talked about, and something that I'm kind of guilty not talking about too much, because a lot of people don't look at this, but you need to start looking at wholesaling like this. Your cash buyers are your customers and contracts are your product. Once you start acting like that, things change a lot better, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, what business would not try to figure out what their customers want? It's like, listen, I get it. I've gotten really highly motivated sellers on some really bad properties, like wrong area, wrong type. And honestly, I could barely give them away. So the funny thing about reverse wholesaling, a lot of you don't understand, like, this is the foundation of how wholesaling was built. It was find out what your buyers want, the areas and the price range, and basically take your orders down and make sure they're serious, and then go find the areas where they want to buy. It saves you a lot of the guesswork. Really, in the last 7 years, we've pretty much gone away from this model, and now the smart wholesalers are gravitating back towards it. Wholesaling was founded on this principle. I was blown away when I first learned this back in 2003. And yes, I learned it from somebody else. Nobody invented it. There is a guy in 2003 who still claims he invents it, but he didn't, because I can go all the way back to the 70s and 80s and find it. It is the fundamentals of wholesaling. And if you grasp this concept, you will never be steered wrong in wholesaling. But a lot of you go out and put contracts under, and you don't know, and you can't find it, and you get frustrated selling it. It's because you didn't do the fundamentals of wholesaling. And this is what you do in a normal market. We've had an extreme market the last 7 to 10 years, and that's why some of you are in like culture shock with wholesaling. Reverse wholesaling will teach you the strategies that fundamentally work in no matter which market you're in.
Yeah. So guys, remember, your cash buyers, they're your customers. If you get a Celine Dion signed tour copy from 2004 and you try to sell it for $200,
I'll take it.
And you wouldn't take it. You're not a big fan. Like, it's kind of
Dion.
niched out, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna have to find the perfect Celine Dion fan. But like, if I have a really cool, let's say, Dan Marino signed football helmet, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go to probably a sports bar and try to sell it there. And it's a lot easier to do. Okay. If I find people that really, really love an artist, right? And I go to their fan club, I can just go there. Like, it's easy, right?
Just go to LA Fitness for Dan Marino's helmets.
Oh yeah.
The man must have signed 10,000 helmets.
I agree. So the one thing I can tell you guys is cash buyers are your customers. They're buying our contracts from us. And so what do you do when you're selling things, when you're selling product, right? Do you treat your cash buyers like trash? Do you try to screw them on every single product that they buy? Do we try to cut corners with them? So if I'm going to go out here and sell somebody a pizza, I know I use this example a lot, and I decide, you know what? I'm selling the pizza for $10. I can either make the pizza high quality for $7 and they come twice a week, or I could spend $2, make it taste like sawdust, but I make more profit on that one pizza and they never come back again.
Mhm.
Which one's better? Yeah, you're going to make less profit to make the cash buyer more money, but they're going to come back to you. And then they tell their friends. And then that's how it works. So a lot of you guys are treating your cash buyers like little trash, garbage. Like you guys are like, I know I can't say this word on YouTube, but there's a Seinfeld episode of the guy that does the soup.
Yeah.
And he's very aggressive with it, right? I think so people from the 90s can understand, but it's like, what piece you want?
No contract for you.
No contract for you. Like no deal for you. Like no pizza. No, you're banned. We don't like these, like you there. Like you got to treat your sellers and your cash buyers the same way. Nice, kindness, and building relationships with them. If you do not build relationships with your cash buyers, when times get tough and cash buyers are super important, are they going to go with the person that treat them like trash that sends them terrible deals, or the guy that's always nice that sends really good deals that make them money? Guys,
here's the shocker is I don't know. People actually teach this stuff over the last 7-10 years. Your cash buyers should actually make a profit from your product, your contract.
Yeah.
And if you don't think they should, you are not wholesaling. You are nothing more than a speculator. Can you imagine that? Someone buys a property that's run down and they expect to make a profit off of us. I think at the last really 5 years,
let's break this down
wholesalers
really quick.
expected they shouldn't make a profit.
Let's break this down really quick. What is the industry that we teach? It's called wholesaling real estate. We are considered, quote, wholesalers of real estate. What is the name of wholesaling? What's a wholesaler, right? We know a guy, he wholesales furniture, okay? Like outdoor patio furniture. He gives it to other companies that then sell it and make a profit. He makes a profit, and the person that he sells it to makes a profit.
Yeah.
For example, if you kind of look at like a grocery store, they're wholesalers too. For example, if you have, let's do a Coca-Cola, right? The grocery store will get it from Coca-Cola for 50 cents, and then they'll sell it to you for $1.25. Coca-Cola only makes money when they sell it to the brand, right? Like McDonald's, right? And then the person that bought the Coke from the person is the wholesaler, then sells it to the end buyer, makes a profit too.
Yeah.
Now, if Coke sold their things for $2, no one's going to make money. They're a wholesale distributor. They're called wholesale distributors. Look it up. It's a real thing. If your cash buyer doesn't make money, they're not coming back to you. The pizza sucks. You're not coming back to that place, right? And so you got to treat your cash buyers well. And you can't reverse speed wholesale without doing this, right? And so now we know what reverse wholesaling is. Let's add the speed part in reverse wholesaling. If we do reverse wholesaling in a speedy, fast, efficient manner, it turns into reverse speed wholesaling, which ends up making money as fast as possible. Now, everybody wants to go out here and I want to get rich quick, man, right? They all want to get rich quick, but nobody wants to work hard long in a short amount of time, right? So if you want to get rich, and if you want to, like, let's say 25 grand this month in wholesaling, guess what you're going to have to do? You can make 25 grand this month in wholesaling. Oh, everyone's like, yeah, I love that. But I'm going to mention to you that you have to put out hundreds of reverse trying for dollar sticky notes, make thousands and thousands of calls, and literally work your tail off. You wake up in the morning, you smell wholesaling, you live wholesaling, and that's all you do. And you go to bed, tired, exhausted from wholesaling all day, and you repeat the process. If you're a beginner, that's what you got to do. And I'm not saying you have to do it, but the faster you want the cash, the harder you're going to have to work for it. Simple as that. That's how wholesaling works. And so you want to add the speed on there. I'll tell you, if you're working part-time, you might not want to add speed. I'm just being honest. You might not want to add speed on this, because once you start adding speed, you're going to have to work harder on it. And so what's the process? Like, what is it? Like, simple. Stop overthinking, stop overcomplicating, and take massive action as fast as possible. That is it. Why do I always constantly scream this? It's so true, though. Stop overthinking things. You are in your own head. Oh, but reverse wholesaling won't work because buyers are going to say, where's your contract? And then they're going to block me. It doesn't work like that. Okay. Hey, I'm a wholesaler. Are you looking to buy more houses? Do you have any contracts right now? No. Everyone thinks in their own head that the cash buyer is going to say F you and shut the door and block you. No. Okay, well, if you have any deals in this type of buy box, sure, I'll buy it. The cash buyers want deals. You know why? Because they're going to make money off of you. I know it's a shocking statement, but that's why they'll do it, because they want to make you money off of you. All right. And so you have to understand, don't overthink it. Just get into it. Stop I need this big process and I need the system and this crazy script and I have to, no. Okay. You just got to take the action. Now, obviously, go to freeholstein.com, learn how we talk to sellers. All that stuff's great, but just take action, guys. I hate to see people overcomplicating it. It drives me nuts, but don't overcomplicate this, right? So what's the process? So a quick visualization for everybody what the wholesaling speed reverse process is. But you find the cash buyer first. You find the top areas to be going after, right? And so you talk to the buyer, say, hey, I'm a wholesaler. You're looking to buy any houses for cash. I saw you're buying this one or whatever. Yeah, okay. So you're looking to buy some more. Yeah. So what areas you're looking to buy? Oh, in Chesterfield Heights or, whatever area is hot. They'll tell you what areas they don't like. They'll tell you, I want 2 2s, I want 2 1s, I want 3 1s. You're like ordering from Starbucks, right? Like you're just like, what do you want? Here's the menu, right? And they tell you. It's weird, but once you start adding cash buyers that are legit, they'll do it. Okay, so in the 33333 area code, right? You're looking for 2 1s or 3 1s that are under 200,000. Okay, pretty simple. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go find the area. So I'm going to go to the 3333 area code. I'm going to pull my government lists and I'm going to mark it. And when I have a motivated seller that has a 3-2 or a 2-2 and it's a lower ARV price, I'm going to go lock it up. I'm going to flip that paper back to the cash buyer, get my assignment fee, make some money. Cash buyer is going to make some money. And that's how the business goes. And you start selling even more and more and more. That's it, guys. Like, I hate to tell you, don't overcomplicate this. So here's the question. Here's the $1 million thing. How do I start reverse speed wholesaling? It's like, God, I get this all the time. God, you tell me what to do, but you never show me what to do, right? And they're like, oh, that's why I need to spend 40 grand on a guru, right? No, let's share with you step by step how to start reverse speed wholesaling. So what's the first process, right? We got to find the buyer, right? Mm-hmm. That's it. So what are the top places to find buyers? Number 1, cold call cash sales. Go to listrei.com. You go to zachdata.com. Whatever type of software service out there, you just got to cold call the cash sales. These are people that bought houses for cash. You're going to call these people up and say, hey, Mr. Seller, I'm sorry. Hey, Mr. Cash Buyer, saw you bought 123 Main Street for cash. Are you looking to buy any more for cash? Go through the full conversation. This is a shocker, but at freeholstein.com, we actually have a full breakdown tutorial on how to do this. And whenever complaints about showing me, I go live all the time and I just click the live stream button and I cold call cash buyers. Nobody else in this industry live streams, or if someone live streams, they'll shut the stream down because, they got to sell more courses. But I literally go out here, I stream it, I show you what to do. And so I have some streams I edited up at freeholstein.com where I cold call cash buyers, see me ask the questions, get the buy boxes and do it like that, right? Conversations with buyers are a lot more simpler than you think, right?
Yeah, and you guys got to understand, although I was far from perfect when I started wholesaling, my cash buyers taught me so much about this business that I didn't understand. So remember, you don't need to know everything, but when you come across other JV partners, you come across other wholesalers, fix and flippers, heavy cash guys. I used to do business with I sold one guy 36 properties and he paid me nicely, but I knew exactly what he wanted. And when I had a freak property come up, I would literally go out in the yard and go, hey, listen, I'm working with a seller right now. And I would dial in to see if he would reach for the price. And that was it. What I'm telling you is you can actually use your cash buyers not only to sell your product, they are your customers, but they'll actually do some natural mentoring. Now, here's a warning. Don't call 1 or 2 cash buyers and go, okay, that's it. The guy wants everything 30 cents on the dollar. You're going to get those. The more you talk to, the more accurate of a number you're going to get. And you can develop some amazing relationships. The only thing I tell you is keep it somewhat business. And once you develop a relationship, just be careful not to go outside, because that's where you can kind of get in trouble. But guys, your cash buyers have all the information you need to really dial in your wholesaling business. Stop being afraid of them. Stop treating them like garbage. And if you want to be a long-term marathon wholesaler like me, 21 plus years, you got to think long. Remember, sprinters, what do they sprint? And as soon as the season comes or they get tired, they sit. They often sit for years. Marathons, they just keep going and they keep working on their pace per mile. So we're going to pick up the pace with speed.
Yeah,
Reverse wholesaling.
That's all you got to do. Cold call cash sales and talk to the sellers, right? Boom. That is it. And the next one here is cold calling the 4 rents. So cash buyers like to buy houses to flip them, or they like to buy them to rent them out. So go to Zillow, call the 4 rents and say, hey, my name's Zach. I'm actually not looking to rent the property out. I'm a wholesaler, and I'll see if you're looking to buy any more rental properties. Half of them are going to say no. That's fine. The other half are like, yeah, but it's got to be in this area, and do it from there, right? There's a million ways to find buyers. And really, I feel like we're the only channel that makes it simple. We don't sell a crazy course, 40 grand to go learn it. It's all free at free, FREE, and then the word wholesaling, free wholesaling.com, freewholesaling.com. Simple, right?
Yep.
Cold call the 4 rents. Show you how to do it step by step there. You go to your local property auctions, or, oh, it's online, Zach. I can't. Okay, fine. Go find the buyers to the online auctions who bought that. So you see 123 Main Avenue is auctioned off and there's a buyer. You can actually search who the owner is or who literally bought the auction and then the property at the auction, and call those people up, right? Heck, I said freewholesaling.com a million times today, but I'll say it again. There is a Facebook group hack. I show you how to go into Facebook groups and actually go out here and scrape all the cash buyer data for free. All right. There's people that sell softwares that are hundreds of dollars a month, I believe, to scrape data for Facebook groups for cash buyers. I show you how to. I invented this method, FYI. No one has done a video on this method besides me, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, people have actually made softwares. They called me up, said, Zach, I literally used your method and made a software that I'm going to charge people. And they had the audacity to call me and say that. And I said, no, man, or gal. We don't know who it is. Wink, wink. But literally, they try to sell thousands of dollars of software to do what I just teach you guys for free. Everyone watches what we do, and then they try to sell you what we do for free. But just go to freewholesaling.com. I have a hack. Cold DM these people, and then you can email them pretty easy. But one thing I'll let you know is don't try to send your deals via email. That's a terrible strategy to do. Never recommend it. Trash. Okay. It is dookie method to go email your deal to a cash buyer. All right. Like, what kind of salesmanship's that? All right. And why do I always say that? Right. I've kind of used this example a million times, but I think it's a hilarious one. But you'll never ask somebody out over email, right? You know, that's weird.
I get SMS blast all the time from wholesalers because I like to
here's the
learn
deal.
from it.
I'm like, no, you got to get a little more. There's a little more courting in that, right? You got to call. You got to call. You got to talk. You got to like build a little rapport. Like you're just not going to cold email people. Hey, we're going on a date with me. Here's the time. Send.
Yeah.
I've never talked to you before. Why are you trying to like? People literally do that. So cold email a cash buyer a deal. Be like, what? What kind of salesmanship's that? That's terrible. Okay. And it's just so stupid.
Guys, when you send out those mass emails and texts, you just give a blueprint to other wholesalers on how to penetrate your market.
And then
relatively easily.
Wholesalers are going to take that property because you sent it out to everywhere.
Yeah. You got the address. You got it. You're basically a realtor at this point when you do it this technique. I don't know who's still teaching this.
They'll throw it on Zillow. Yeah. They'll throw it in Facebook groups. Come on.
You're going to wind up on a special list you don't want to be on.
Come on. If you're trying to get a date and you go on a Facebook group and says, can somebody date me, please? You ain't going to get many dates doing that, right? You got to go actually out here and call and text, it don't work like that. All right. But a lot of people will know that like, oh, I'd never do that. But when it comes to your deals, they'll just cold email everyone. I'm like, these people are spending hundreds of thousands of dollars to buy these properties. You got to get a little salesmanship. Okay. People don't, it drives me crazy. But guys, you cannot be wholesaling it like that. Okay. On top of that too, at freewholesaling.com or free wholesaling course, you can actually go out here and post what we call cash buyer lead magnets. Literally, you post ad copy in Facebook groups and cash buyers come to you. It's a magnet, right? It attracts all the cash buyers into you, and it works really, really well. We don't allow it in our Facebook group because we only have wholesalers in our Facebook group, and people think that all the buyers are inside of a wholesaling group. No, they're in the cash buyer groups. But go to freewholesaling.com. We teach you how to post a lead magnet. You can just copy and paste it. It's amazing. On top of that too, so you do that, you can actually contact buyer's agents. This is a crazy one, but you can actually contact buyer's agents, cash buyer agents. So they literally represented a cash sale to the realtor of ugly, cheap houses. Hey, I just saw you're the buyer's agent to 123 Main Avenue, just, quote, ugly house.
Yeah.
Do you have any other buyers that are looking to buy those type of properties? I'm actually a wholesaler, and you can talk to realtors all you want. The realtor only cares about one thing. They could care less about you being a wholesaler. They care less about how you can provide cheap real estate and make it. They got their outfits. They only care about one dang thing.
Car?
No, they only care about money. That's all they care about. And oh no, realtors care about the client. Come on. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
Monday.
Realtors, as a wholesaler, when you talk to a realtor, the only thing that they care about with you is this person wasting my time or are they going to make me money? That is it. And I hate to tell you, why do you think you're listening to me? Do you think you're listening to me because I'm the most handsome? I have the nicest voice. You're just so cool. Yeah, guys ain't listening to us because you think we're the coolest people on the earth. You're listening to us because we're going to make you money, right? That's it. Simple as that. We're doing it to change the wholesaling industry, but why are you listening to us? Just be honest with yourself. It's not selfish. You're doing it for your family. You're doing it for your friends. You're doing it for your financial future. There's nothing selfish about that. You could be watching Netflix all day doing nothing in your life. You're doing something in your life. So I appreciate it. But what I tell you is you're watching me not because we look like supermodels and we're so cool. You're watching us, not because we're entertaining. You're watching us because we're going to make you a ton of dang money. And we teach you wholesaling for free. And we're legit. That is it. And the same thing with your realtors. So when you have conversations with realtors, let them know, hey, I'm a wholesaler. I would love to get you paid if you can bring some buyers for my wholesaling deals. You got to let them know ASAP. You will get money. You talk to me and you have buyers for me. They're like very simple how realtors think. Oh, I can make money with you? Okay, fine. I'll actually take you seriously. Guys, I love the whole, realtors and networking thing. So, and here's the thing about realtors. Don't talk to a realtor unless they will make you money too. If it's a realtor that has no buyers and they only list $5 trillion dollar homes on the beach, might not be a good connection. They have to be buyers with cash sales on ugly, cheap properties. And you guys can always look it up. Guys, it's all about the money with the buyers. And that is,
guys, just understand when you're working with realtors, you're not looking to work with every realtor. That's the same equivalent of trying to get every property on the open market that's listed. It will drive you nuts. You got to find the realtors that will do the ugly properties and they kind of think outside the box. Don't call them a wholesaler or not. My recommendation when you start, just say, listen, I'm a cash buyer looking to buy in that area. And there's two ways to get realtors. Either you get their tired and weak, terrible listings that they tried and they failed. And there's a certain mentality they get when they give up because their seller's beating them up. And they go, no, I told you I could sell for top dollar. And they need to get an offer. Those are still hard. But the best ones is when you train your realtors to bring me your tired, beat up properties that are run down, that they sold them originally nice. And 10 years later, it's in terrible shape. And you're telling them it's never going to pass inspection. We're going to have a hard time getting full retail. Hey, I have this guy or gal who buys properties just like this. No inspections, everything's done. And as long as they get paid their full commission, they really don't care. And quite honestly, they can make more money with your offer, even though it's lower than what they might even get out on the market. Remember, we offer a service of speed and convenience. You got to give them the truth when you do it. So with realtors, I either catch really tired, beat up listings, which is the hard way, which is how most gurus teach you to do it, or you precondition your realtors to say, listen, when you see that beat up property that doesn't look good, before you put it on the market, give me a call and see if we can work out a deal. And if it works out great, you get your full commission. And that's it. That's the only phone calls I want from them. Trying to call on thousands of listings on MLS is like trying to go buy a car on a boat auction site. You're not going to get it. You might find one, but I'm just telling you, if you're willing to make 5,000-10,000 calls, just understand the obstacle you're going against.
Guys, ugly houses will get you money, and if they're the buyer's firm, that works out. So one thing I can tell you, I have to stress this a lot, but vet. You have to vet these cash buyers. So yes, I'm teaching you guys, get a ton of buyers. That's great. That's what we want. But if you cannot confirm that they're legit buyers, guys, there's a lot of snakes in the grass. The advent of these gurus that are making courses teaching you to be a fake cash buyer so you can daisy chain other wholesalers, it causes more harm than good. All right. These fake cash buyers will lock you up, see if they can find it. If they can't find a deal, they don't really care about you. They don't care about your family. They it doesn't work. Trash, right? And the wholesaler puts the trust in the daisy chainer, and it's great. So here's the cool part about it. These are snakes in the grass. And the cool part is we are trying to find the difference between a lion and a snake. All right. That's it. Here, actually, no, let's do this. It's the difference between an elephant and a snake. Okay. Can you know the difference between an elephant and a snake? I think it's easy for me. Or do you think it's easy for you?
I think so.
I think it's for most, but here's the problem. When you close your eyes and you say, which one's an elephant or a snake, you don't know, right? Like you plug your ears and you're like, which one's the elephant or snake? The one on the right or left? You don't know, right? But if you actually open your eyes and look, what does an elephant have? They're usually gray, but snakes are gray. Okay, well, elephants are big and they have tusks.
Mm-hmm.
And okay. What about a snake? A snake slithers and they're not big. Okay. Well, wow, that's a big difference, right? You guys, I know I'm sounding like, what is Zach talking about? You guys will go out here and put a fake wholesaling guru trained fake cash buyer on your list because you guys you just close your eyes and put them on your list. You don't care if it's a snake or an elephant. It's weird. Okay. Here, how do you find the difference between a snake or elephant? Pretty simple. Just literally just weigh them, right? That's it. Weigh them. Is this one 500 pounds or is this one not 500 pounds? There's not many snakes over 1,000 pounds, but there's like 4,000 pound elephants. How does this translate to wholesaling? What are you talking about? When you talk to your cash buyer, your quote cash buyer, ask them this question. How many properties have you bought in the past year? I bought 140 properties. That's what my guru trained me to say. Feeling all good, right?
Yeah.
I'm a cash buyer. I have 20 million. I have $20 billion in my bank account. Oh, really? Cool. So you said you just bought 100. Okay, awesome. So the last 10, give me the property addresses, and I want to see your name on the HUD. Okay, here it is. It says Joe Guru is the person on the HUD. You're not Joe Guru. Your name's John Malcolm. What's going on here?
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
It's an elephant and a snake. It's really easy to tell the difference if you just open your eyes.
A lot of times you don't even get that far in the conversation. So
no, it's like, why do you want to ask that question? That's a very it's very personal information. No, it's not.
It's daisy chainers have been around forever. The problem is a lot of the methods being taught in the wholesaling arena is what I call glorified dispositions people. And how do I know it? They just go into any group. They will never call you. They'll never reach out. Hey, I got the buyers. Just
or
give me
I'm
your
a
deals.
buyer.
I'm the buyer.
But I'm looking to buy. They say this too. Here's the quote. Ready?
Yeah.
I buy all houses in Oklahoma,
all
New
the
York,
states,
Florida, California, Arizona, Idaho. I'm like,
that's amazing.
Unless you were a big hedge fund, Outside of those,
Yeah, you
people
don't
don't
do it.
buy rental properties all over the whole country.
don't do
I'm
it.
just telling you, they don't. All right.
So when you see those guys, just like understanding cash buyers have to be vetted. I would love to tell you, you push a button and a software does everything for you, which they're trying to sell you that now too. And now you have systems where they're glorified dispositions, really, AKA real estate agents, because most of them have to get their license. You guys copy and paste the exact same thing over. It's ridiculous. And people are trying to scrape $5,000 or $10,000 basically on like a DM and a text. You got to be smarter in this.
It's crazy. And so Michelle's a good question here. Why don't they just say they do JVs? Here's the problem. If they actually said they're going to JV with you, that's too transparent. That's too easy. The gurus don't want that because most people are like, no, I don't want a JV deal. I actually want to sell it to a legit cash buyer. I don't want to split half the deal, which, guys, that's why I tell you, like, we do a bunch of JV deals, but we're very transparent. You send us it, we're going to like get half of it. But here's the problem. Most wholesalers aren't looking to JV. They don't want to get 50% of the deal out there, right? They want to get all of it, which is completely fine. They're doing it for the family. But the gurus figured out if you just lie and deceive them and act like you have a cash buyer, you're a cash buyer, you can get a lot more properties. And you end up screwing the seller, you screw up the wholesaler, and you make the industry look terrible. I hate the daisy chaining thing. So let's break this down first and foremost. This is a This is a non-negotiable. Okay, this is going to be a non-negotiable item, right? Non-negotiable. You talk to a cash buyer for your reverse speed wholesaling. You get a proof of funds from them. You get the last four. This is simple. Last four properties they bought for cash. If their name is not associated in there, I don't want to talk to them. So, for example, right? So if Rick Ginn comes up to me and says, I'm a cash buyer, blah, blah, blah. I say, okay, give me the last four properties you bought for cash. And the buyers was the Flash Speed LLC group.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to be like, oh, you're not him. No, I'm like, okay, well, let's look who signed on the paperwork.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, Rick Ginn signed it for Flash Speed LLC. That works. But if Joe Guru says it and then you say, oh, that's my partner, bro. Like, okay, well, can you show me that you're just an owner of the company? Just trust me, bro. Just trust me.
So here's how you know you have a daisy chainer that bought somebody's course and just trying to copy it. There's never a logical explanation. That I was just told to do this. And they'll trip over themselves so fast. You rarely even have to go far down the rabbit hole. And guys, when you vet people, you're looking for authentic cash buyers. And the more you vet your list, the easier your reverse wholesaling is going to be. If you have nothing but a bunch of fakers on there and daisy chainers, they're going to create nightmares for you. And that's why I tell you, do not be broadcasting your contracts and everything else, because this is how we've created this problem. Here's the truth, guys. Unless you are entering into a JV, like if I found a deal, say I got a deal in Michigan, I got a lead, and I don't have any buyers in Michigan, I want to reach out and find a successful wholesaler in that area and create a win-win situation where both parties bring something to the table. And that's what you need to do. Unfortunately, most daisy chainers, they want to obligate you. And if 10% of their contracts work out, that's their business plan, because that's what they were taught.
And so on top of that, they have to be okay with you making an assignment fee and using your title company. So here's the thing. Everyone's like, I used to say this, like, okay, well, why don't you just put a non-assignable thing in the assignment of contract? I don't even do that. We don't even have that on our contracts. You know why? Here's the best part. First of all, that will get rid of pretty much all the fake buyers, because you don't want to send your deals to fake buyers that are going to try to steal them from you. Here's the last part of how to never get daisy chained. This is the shocker. We make this a non-negotiable. A lot of wholesalers that get daisy chained that do our contracts, they don't do this. A $3,000 non-refundable deposit. I don't know any daisy chainer that'll do it. And heck, if they want to do it, I love it. I love it. There's some people that there's these companies that will fund your EMD for you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I see a daisy chainer. They want to fund my EMD. Here's a $3,000 non-refundable EMD. Go fund it, bro. And guess what happens when you can't sell the deal? I can't. What do you mean I can't get it back? It says non-refundable here. If you can't perform, and it was only you that couldn't perform, I keep the $3,000.
So let me explain in more detail on how that works. Number one, when you bring this up, a wholesaler daisy chainer will do everything they can to work around this. They're going to try, yeah, no, I'm good. Don't worry about it. You're going to get all your money soon.
Can I give you $3,000
Do
after
not
20
buckle,
days?
because the more they talk, the more full of crap they are. This is 21 years to this date, to this morning. I still get it. Number two, when they put their money in EMD, just so you know, if you really want to make it airtight and they're very difficult, work with your escrow agent and have them sign a pre-release. If either party doesn't fail, then that money gets released, period. Escrow is neutral. So
Yeah.
just so you know, when you go to do it, the reality is you put $3,000 in between you and me. If they fight it and they don't agree, you actually don't get the money unless you have what they call you have to have an agreement up front. It's a little bit more advanced, but it works. Now, here's the best part is they ain't getting the $3,000 back either.
It'll go.
It actually
Yeah.
goes to the
State,
state
right?
of Florida, and then you actually
Well, not
have,
the state of Florida for everyone.
well, whichever state you're in that
You
you
go
did
to the state, or the
contract.
title company will give it to the state, and then it gets disputed. Which I'll tell you, if they look at that agreement, it will go to you eventually, and
Yeah.
you'll get it.
So
Even-
once they put it in there, they're not getting it back, and that's what you
That's
got to
the
be
point.
very clear with them. So a lot of times, just telling them it's non-refundable and not go into that long explanation. But as you get more advanced, I'll teach you, better strategies to cover your butt. But when you put it in escrow, if both parties don't agree, that money doesn't come out. Now, if you don't get it, but the money stays in that fund until you go to arbitration and settle it, and then it comes down to the paperwork. And that is a painful lesson. And you get enough of these guys to put it in there, they'll stop doing this. Most of them don't even have the money. They don't want to deal with it. So they're going to try to hustle around this. Once you hear it, just move on to the next one. They're literally going to waste your time. And the longer they talk, the worse they are.
It's when I say non-negotiable, it's non-negotiable. And this is the biggest. Why do you think the gurus hate me so much that I do these like fake daisy chaining courses? Because there's no way around it. You lose $3,000 if you don't perform. So
Sure.
if you want to daisy chain it, put $3,000 on the line, bro. It ain't never gonna happen. And can I give you $3,000 after 2 weeks? Or no. The cool part is if you actually listen to what we say. This is such a weird concept, but if you listen to what I say and what you say and actually use our contract word for word, the assignment of contract is actually not even valid until the EMD is sent.
Correct. And just so you know, the assignment, for someone to assign the assignment of contract, you have to give them permission to do it.
Yeah,
So
it's in there too.
they still do it. And when they do it, you don't even have to recognize it. You can really stick it to them, but use our assignments, because I've had this happen where they tried to assign the assignment and it says in there, you have to have consent.
Yep.
Of the original assignor, which would be you. So and then by the way, in these courses, they say, don't worry. Most of these newer wholesalers, you can talk around the deposit. Just tell them you're going to get it done for them. Stop worrying about it. Or at worst, offer them $10 or $100. Guys, if you do, your deal is going to fall apart. It's going to be a disaster. Once you learn not to compromise on some of these basic principles, we're trying to protect you from scam artists and people that are just literally going to waste your time. There's nothing worse when you put all your eggs into one daisy chainer and they never do anything. And then you actually potentially got to lose the deal, or you got to pay more just to keep the deal alive. This is how you prevent it.
It's simple. I just don't understand it. Like, guys, you won't drop your phone purposely in the toilet, right? Because they might ruin your phone, right? Yeah. You ain't gonna drop something valuable. You're not gonna throw your wallet in the ocean or in a pool, right? If you're gonna go fishing, or let's say you're gonna go in the pool to swim, you ain't gonna have your wallet in your pocket, right? It just ruin all the money in there. That makes no sense. But y'all will go out here and just willy-nilly sign all these assignment of contracts and lose 10, 12 grand like it's no one's business. So I'm trying to save you money. That is it. Guys, avoid these gurus. They're driving me crazy. They're all trying to be fake, and you just got to stop. You just got to avoid them. I'm telling you right now, so many wholesalers, they're over going to do it. But guys, just watch out. If you don't have $3,000 for non-EMD, for non-refundable EMD, you don't have 90 grand to buy the house.
You're not a cash buyer.
They're broke.
End of story.
They broke. All right. So that's it, guys. Find the buyer's buy box, find their areas, then go out here and wholesale like you usually do in those areas. And then you call the buyers up, you get the deal, you sign it for a big profit. Simple as that. I don't overcomplicate this. You call the buyers up. Hey, I remember that buy box you wanted? I have
Yeah.
a contract right there. Boom, buy it. Simple as that, guys. I really believe if you could figure out the cash buyer mystery with these, there's just so many fake ones out there. You actually talk to legit real ones, you'll do well. The problem is there's a lot of snakes in the grass. Just find the elephants. If you're out here in the jungle, the elephants are very easy to find. There's snakes slithering all over. Just got to be careful with it, right?
Give me 10 cash buyers. I'll show you 7 of them that are mostly wholesalers, daisy chainers that took a course. It's just the numbers. And by the way, guys, it's only gotten worse over time. It hasn't got any better. When I started, it wasn't nearly as bad, but now the minute someone says they're a cash buyer, I give them no credibility.
So let's kind of go over some of the big trap words when you're talking to a buyer. Okay, first of all, they say, "Why don't you just trust me? Why do I have to give you this information?"
Yeah, that's a good one.
Number 2 is that's private information. It ain't private. Like I'm telling you, I would agree with you if it was private. If here's the funny, if your deeds weren't public, deeds are public things. Like the owner of a property, it's actually public information unless the FBI or like it's what do they call it, witness protection. Outside of that, everyone's deed is publicly like shown. Everyone's mortgage is publicly shown.
Imagine if they never showed this.
It's crazy.
It'd be
But
weird.
like, so the private information thing's stupid, right? Like, heck, if you want to get private, like I get some deals I have, like they're under really specific trusts, but I can show people I'm the owner of that trust. So that's number 2. Number 3 is just trust me, bro.
Trust me, bro.
They try to like call you brother. They try to
Dude.
call you sister. They try to build some rapport. They add rapport to try to swing around it, right?
Yeah.
Oh man, like come on, like we're from the both same city. You can trust me, man. Yeah, that's the thing you hear right before you get robbed. You know, just FYI, like you can trust me, right?
Well, just like every like scam artist and people that do this, they're not wearing a shirt saying I'm a fake cash buyer. God knows I would pay for the shirts and I would sponsor it. I'd spend hundreds of thousands of dollars if it was that easy. But like we're in the funny thing, I was going to bring that. It would have been perfect for this live. Remember we were in the bank the other day and they're like, how to spot a scam artist.
Yeah.
And it's just like, are we really this dumb in America? Like we have to like, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. If they're making you a promise, but they're not giving you the parameters you need, then they're most likely being scammed. It just goes on and on. They never, like, no one ever says, hey, I'm a scammer. I'm a fake cash buyer. But the thing is, they just keep talking and trying to work around you. And you got to understand that.
I had to call my grandma last month and let her know about AI because my voice is so much on the internet.
Yeah.
If somebody calls you and it sounds like me and I'm demanding 10 grand because I'm on ransom, just ask me, who's my least favorite football team? And if the answer is not the Jets, it's a scam.
See, but
that's
it.
it.
Now they know it. You threw it out.
No,
there.
see, if that was a fake question, I said something else and no one will know except for my grandma. But like, scammers are doing this too. FYI, like AI is going to like do your voice, spoof your call and call your parents and say, oh, give me 10 grand right now. It's ransom. It's ransom. Just ask. Here's the thing. Just ask questions. Where are you? What's your favorite color? What's your favorite food? The AI people can't figure that out. So just FYI, guys, there's a lot of scammers out there. You just got to build real connections with sellers, cash buyers.
What's up with everybody trying to bail people out of jail? I tell you, you wind up in jail in my age. You call up one of my parents to be like, maybe he'll learn his lesson.
Exactly. So, guys, that is how you get in here
out.
and do reverse speed wholesaling. Guys, we have a free wholesaling course. I've said it a million times, but just go to freewholesaling.com. The reason why I tell everyone to go to freewholesaling.com is because everything we talk about is in there. It's way more in depth, and really, it's almost impossible to get scammed if you use freewholesaling.com. The people that come up to me and we do the one-on-ones and people get screwed on their deals, guess what? They do something that is like, oh, I know you told me to use your contract, but this guru, he had a really, really, really cool suit. He had a really, really nice car. And honestly, he had a sick boat. And so I used his contract and now I got scammed. The guru didn't own the boat. It was his buddy's boat. And you got scammed for the day, okay? Your boy rented the Lambo for $1,000 for the day, did his photo shoots and videos, right? I'm just telling you guys, use the stuff we do. We don't make it flashy. We make it pretty simple. Go out here and actually do what we do at freewholesaling.com. So go to freewholesaling.com and learn reverse speed.
And guys,
wholesaling.
understand, it's not if someone's going to try to fake it. I guarantee you it's going to happen. And I've been a victim. I've taken advantage. I got sued in a transaction with a wholesaling thing involved. It was an absolute nightmare. And guess at the end who was responsible? The guy who wrote the contract, that was me, because I trusted in other people and find out it was a big farce. They didn't know what they're doing. And I got held liable for the contract. And I'm telling you, I don't want you to go through that pain. Do not waste time with people if you're going to go through this much effort in wholesaling. Make sure you vet them. And if they start getting squirrely and they start talking around you, you have the wrong fake cash buyer. Move on with your life. They're going to cause you pain and misery, and it's going to screw up your business.
Exactly. So guys, go to freewholesaling.com and I'll show you right there. So what we're going to do is answer some questions, do some one-on-ones, help you guys out. And that's what we're here for. So we're excited. Joseph says, quote, Zach, with a K. I don't know what's up with that, but I'll let it slide for the day. It's H. But Zach, I need a one-on-one call with you to see what I'm personally doing wrong. Joseph, I don't know how many times you watched me. Miss your first day. So
Could be.
But to get on to talk to me one-on-one, you have to be a member of Wholesaling Houses for Real. I cannot publicly give a stream on. I can't publicly let everyone get the link, because if everyone gets the link, then the scammers and the gurus and all the bad people are going to try to hop on. So if you're going to hop on, you have to be in the Facebook group. And then once you're in the Facebook group, I can verify who's talking to me from the Facebook group. So if it's a fake guru or whatever, it's really hard to make like multiple Facebook accounts and be a scammer on. There's a lot of scam Facebook ones, but like it reduces the amount of weird. So if you want to do it, go in there, go to freewholesaling.com, but also go to Wholesaling House for Real. So let's go to the Facebook group just to show you how y'all can do it. Go here. This is freewholesaling.com. 103,000 members. Wow. Holy moly, it's crazy. You click here on the featured. It's always pinned. All right. You go here, you click the StreamYard link, and then boom, you'll be able to talk to us absolutely for free one-on-one. So go to Wholesaling Houses for Real if you want to talk to us absolutely for free one-on-one. I always get that, But yeah, we've stopped a lot of reckless people on these streams because we do that. And it's honestly, I think the best thing.
Yeah, we don't want to waste people's time.
Jason says, man, I can't believe it. I signed a contract for 18 grand that I got for 10 and my cash buyer sold it for 50. Hey, you made money and the cash buyer made some money. The cash buyer took some risks always buying it. Actually, you didn't buy the property, but shout out to Jason on there. We got to see him post the check. I want to see the check.
Yeah, but
we've helped Jason so much. I want to see his check.
Don't ever complain about them making a profit.
I don't think he's complaining.
One of my first few wholesale deals, I made 10 grand. I swear to you. The guy who bought it from me after 9 months made 300,000 off mine. I just remember it was like, what did I do wrong? I go, dude, that 10 grand was still one of the greatest discoveries of my life. Yeah. And it's one of the reasons I'm still in front of you. So it's going to happen. I've had it happen the other way where they bought it and they go, Rick, I lost money. I'm like, listen, I'm looking for everybody to win, but I don't know everyone's skill set when they do it. Mostly you should be selling to people that make money from you. And you just cherry pick an occasional wholesale for the right deal if you're in the right place. And that's how wholesaling works.
Exactly. So I don't think Jason's complaining. He's just showing. Yeah, I've had cash buyers. I know there's one cash buyer I got. He made 30 grand. First deal I sold to him. He made 40. Then he made 50. And then the fourth deal, he lost 40 on. 40 grand. Because there's a crazy pool issue. And he didn't blame me because he's like, you would have never known. I didn't know until I didn't
have to get into it. I had to get all these inspectors. I bought it dirt cheap. I sold it pretty cheap.
But he ended up making money overall.
And you keep going on. And that's how wholesaling works. You got to understand, once you own something and take it over, you got to finish it, even if it's a train wreck. And God knows these houses we buy, they have a lot of ticking time bombs. So once you start ripping up the walls, it's like having open heart surgery. You've got to put all the stents in, clear out all the valves, and do everything. You can't go, I was only told we got to clear one valve, and there's six of them. And that's the problem with like rehabbing. That's why I love wholesaling. Everyone's tempted to try rehabbing. I promise. You try it once, I promise you'll come back here kicking and screaming the entire way. Because I have a good friend that all he does, he does developments, small developments. 6:30 every morning. He's got to be on the job site. He checks in at 10, checks in at 1, checks in at 4, and then wraps up at 6:30 every day. And they do it 6 days a week nonstop. He doesn't have time to go out and find deals. And I'm like, dude, you're missing out on the money. He's like, oh, I'm going to make so much. And it winds up being a 3 to 4 year proposition for him.
All right. So guys, go out here, freelson.com. Let's do some one-on-ones. We'll talk to Joseph here. Joseph's got some issues, so he wants us to help him out. So, yo, what's up?
How you doing, guys?
What's up, Joe?
Blessed. What's up? Yeah, you're all good, man. What's up? How can I help you out?
Okay, so I'm pretty new to the real estate wholesaling and investing and all that things, right? I had 2 months ago I had property on MLS on under contract, and yeah, one of the things you say is about the fakes gurus. Yeah, it's true. They're talking about go to the listing agent and speak with them and submit the offers, and you're gonna find a cash buyer. When the reality, you go and you're trying to find a cash buyer, most of the cash buyer they're interested off markets. They're not seeking for
Exactly.
MLS.
They don't, or they want it for like 30% off the listing price. So it's like it's called the cash buyer FOMO. It's true.
Yeah, dude, I avoid MLS all cost unless we're selling something retail. It's just they're
Like
not motivated.
The
man.
only MLS properties we buy right now are ones we can get like a $40,000 or $50,000 reduction on. That's it.
and they sit, and
Yeah.
even then I don't like them. They're just, you gotta understand the mentality. You take it to market to get full price for full inspections and everything. It's hard. There are deals on MLS, but they're very far and few between. The reality is it just sells a lot of coursework. What you have to focus on, especially if you're new to wholesaling, Joseph, is you got to find off-market properties, because you can get rid of the realtor. You just got to find a seller that'll work with you, because most realtors, they just want to sell the property and that's all they care about. They do not care what your interests are or what's going to happen. And
But let's talk about your deal. So what's going on with that one?
So finally I get it under contract. It was a nice house. It was a 5 beds, 1.5 beds. It was move-in ready. It was listed for 90. I get under contract for 65, and my wholesale price it was 75. I reduced it to 70, and it was still great. In the area, it was great. But that was the excuse. That was the first excuse from the buyers. I don't purchase from MLS, and the second one it was like the more they talk, the less they have. I had one talking
Right.
about no blah 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 brother blah 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 fine, and I had one tell me, send me the info blah 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 blah. So I sent the info. Then he didn't reply me back. And then after when I was on the front of the property waiting for the listing agent, and I received the call telling I'm mad and I'm going to the broker office because I received a call. Somebody are telling you are trying to wholesale the property, blah blah blah. So this ends. They repost with my info and the pictures. They repost on LinkedIn the property for 100 something, way over from the MLS listing.
Oh yeah, I love that.
The owner found out that, and she was mad. She was trying to put me on court, and I need to send the listing agent all the message. Hey, I was trying to find a property for somebody else, and here's the buyer. And look, I was trying to make some money. That's all. But that's not what's me who make that. And this is my real post, and I show my real post. So this is me. That's the way. And she sent me the mutual release, and that was 2 months ago. After that, I honestly I freak out, and I decide to step on the sidewalk.
Say that one more time. You decided to what?
To step on the sidewalk
For what?
after that, because I'll get scared. I don't want to end in jail just to trying to make to be successful.
hey, Joe, so let me ask you that. Where'd you get the idea of that strategy that you tried
Oh,
to employ?
don't mention anyone.
Not any names.
No.
Get it
But
Like
you
everyone's
guys
been
know.
telling you that, right? Everyone's been telling you. No one ever talks about the cons of wholesaling on the MLS. They only tell you the pros, get you
Oh.
in, buy, sell you the course. I've already told everybody the truth on MLS wholesaling. if you want to do it, you're going to have to make hundreds of offers. Most times you even get the under contract. The realtor is going to be against you.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's against you. Nobody wants you to win. And then on top of that, too, your cash buyers are against you. Your sellers against you. You got a gatekeeper on top of you.
And the homeowner doesn't even know what you're doing.
No. And then you have the title company issue.
Yeah.
And you got all these issues coming at you. And here's the craziest part. You don't have a connection with the seller. So you never even know if the seller's a crazy lawyer that wants to like go after you. It's just too much. And you have to get at least 70% off the listing price. So that deal you're talking about, what was the listing price?
It was 90.
90. What are you getting under contract for?
65.
65. So if I do the math here,
With no
63, you'd have to get it under 63 for somebody to even balk at that. And so unfortunately, it went against our rule. And obviously I could have told you from the start what was going to happen there. So we got to go off market. Well, what area is this in?
Ohio.
Ohio.
Cleveland.
Yeah, you're going to off market, man. That's it.
And
There's
so-
plenty of deals off market
so-
for you.
Let's see, because I'm this kind of person. I'm a shy person, and I don't like to put some pressure on person. So I prefer foreclosures or that kind of lead. I can call. Is more. I think it's more easy for me, to trying to tell them, hey, if are you interested get an offer of for your property? I think it's way more easier than calling people just to see and find out if they want to.
Joseph, let's be honest. Are you done feeling sorry for yourself? Yes or no? Tell me. Say yes.
Yeah.
So say it to me. You're done feeling sorry for yourself. I want to hear you say it to me.
Yeah.
Say the sentence.
Yes.
Your words are very powerful. You need to tell me that.
I'm not a scary person, so at the time to make calls.
You need to tell me you are sorry for feeling.
Uh-huh.
I'm done feeling sorry for myself. You need to tell me that right now.
I feel sorry.
No, I'm done. You have to tell me you are done feeling sorry for yourself. You know why? Because you tell
What?
yourself you're a shy person and you think to yourself that's actually a bad thing. What I need you to understand is being a shy person is actually a superpower in this business. All right? I can tell you so many times. So you got a Puerto Rican hat on. Puerto Rico. I know a lot. I got a lot of Puerto Rican friends. They're very, very high energy, very eccentric people. And they get into wholesaling. They talk the seller's ear off.
Yeah,
And it's actually very off-putting. People that are introverts and shy, they follow the 80-20% rule to a T. They don't like talking to sellers. So guess what they do? They only ask questions to sellers, which actually builds more rapport and actually gets you more deals. Shy people do way better in this business. It's crazy. It's true. I know a lot of acquisitions people you see on the internet are like, oh, they're all brandish and crazy. That's because they're internet marketers. Their true closers are very shy. Not really shy, but they ask questions. They're very introspective. And that actually, you do more deals by doing that.
Yeah. Joseph, how old are you?
33.
Okay.
You're fine. You can't feel sorry for yourself anymore. You being shy is a superpower. You're thinking in your mind that it's a bad thing. What you say is truly right now going to change everything you think about. So you're trying to go after sellers that are going to be less conversation and stuff. No, you need to take it up. Like you're going to have to talk to people. You having conversation with me is fine. All right. Like I don't think you're too bad. You don't have to obviously talk to people 24/7, but any type of off-market government list will get you deals. One list is not going to be easier or less easier to talk to the seller. They all got motivations, but heck, you want to have conversations with them. And the cool part is you don't have to think what to say. You just got to ask the scripts and the questions we say, and you'll get the deals, man. I promise you it's a lot easier than the on-market stuff.
Yeah. So you did something that didn't work out. Welcome to the world. And you have a decision. You can either kind of duck off, go on the sidewalk, like you said, or go like, hey, let me just find guys like Rick and Zach that actually do this business and just do it the right way. And remember, I don't care if you're a shy introvert, extrovert. as long as you're willing to help people and you can bury your ego. And I know you can follow instructions because you got on here to get on the one-on-one. You actually was quite impressive because most
I'm
people
very
can't even
impressed.
get to it.
Most people don't even have the courage to do that.
And keep on. You just, I
was
didn't wake up till I was 33, like on how to really change my life. So
Yeah.
it's like you're extremely young. You got everything going for you. Just because you did it the wrong way, now you know what doesn't work. And now you know, okay, if I do it the right way, it's still going to be work. But you never have to worry about going to jail or doing anything illegal the way we teach it. Like we don't teach that method. That's the biggest problem in this industry. So, but you got to be willing to step out of your comfort zone, help people, and bury your ego. If you can do those three things, you will be amazing at wholesaling. It didn't work out. You used the wrong method. Now you know I'm not going to waste time with these scam artists that teach these ridiculous methods so they can get core sales. So off-market properties teach you how to give government lists. And my God, you're in a wonderful state for wholesaling. One of the best, in my opinion, period.
Dude, like you're fine. When I was a bag boy, I decided I was going to stop feeling sorry for myself and actually make a change in my life. You can do the same thing. Here's the truth. I had to talk to people 8 hours a day as a bag boy. The worst, small talk. How's the weather? How are you? Don't put the bread with this. I had to talk to I did the same amount of talking time with wholesaling as I did as bagging groceries.
You didn't understand the eggs packing.
I know, I did not. But guess what though? When I talked to sellers, I made a lot more money than talking to people taking carts out for them. So I tell you, if you go work at Verizon or Metro PCS, you're going to have to talk to people too. I'd rather, if you have to blurt words out of your mouth, you make a ton of money by wholesaling. So you got to decide to yourself, I'm tired. I'm tired of being where I'm at right now. I want to make a change and I'm not going to feel sorry for myself. I'm doing something that is going to change my life for the better. That is commendable. That's admirable. And heck, I'm proud of you for even hopping on here and making that decision for yourself. It takes a lot of courage to do. But I can feel that for you. But you have to feel that in yourself. That, hey, I'm actually doing something that's going to better my life. And there's no shame in that at all. That's it. And so you have to make that decision for yourself. Now, maybe you're using these words, and I think they're kind of masking what truly your issue is. And I feel like it's kind of a confidence issue. I don't think it's a shyness. I think it's really confidence. And really, Joseph, do you know what the definition of confidence is?
I saw the video you made about it.
It's simple, man. Confidence is a belief in what you say. Simple as that. Why do you think I keep asking you? Tell me that you are sorry. Sorry. No, say that I'm done with being sorry for myself. Because when you truly believe in those words, you will be confident in yourself. That, hey, I'm done being sorry for myself. I am very, very confident in myself that I'm done with that. And I'm confident that I can talk to a seller and help them out. That is it. You've been through a lot. We are just getting your journey started. But we are going to do off-market properties. We're going to talk to sellers, and we're going to get some money. That is it. We're gonna drown the gurus out, and we're going to up the volume on our marketing, and we're going to make a ton of money. That's it, man. That's all you got to do.
Thanks, man.
That's it. That's it. Action equals results. So you got this, man. Go after it. We're here to help you out. I appreciate you letting us know how to talk to you, and I can tell you, you got this. Do you believe that you can get your first deal?
I believe it.
Up the volume a little more. What was that?
I believe it. 100%. I believe it.
I believe it. Do you believe it?
I believe it, man.
I believe it. You
Joseph,
got this, man.
It's all up to you, dude. You're no different than me or Zach.
That's it.
I appreciate that.
You got to understand, Joseph's not the only guy on this live stream that's got like doubts about what they're doing and stuff. The problem is if you take a method that we tell you is going to like fail up front, it's going to be miserable. It's painful. And I tell you, when I was a kid, I didn't listen to my parents. They're like, don't put your hand on that hot thing. I'm like, why? Boom, blisters, 3 weeks of pain, and we're all kind of learning. So it's just once you understand, okay, this is the route to go, and I'm going to be a marathon runner, and I'm not going to be a sprinter. What you just tried was being a sprinter. That's why it didn't work out. So think long-term. You got it. You're not the only buddy on this live stream. At least he has the guts to come out here and say it. You've just got to point your arrows in the right direction. So the last thing you should ever worry about wholesaling is, oh my God, am I going to get arrested or am I going to get hassled? By doing the MLS, you almost feel like that's going to happen. And I hate that part of it. And I don't like to hear stories when you have to go through that. So our mission is to try to stop people from doing that.
So you got this. We believe in you. Go out here.
That's why I'm glad to be here.
Believe in yourself, and the rest will follow. Take some action, man. Appreciate it.
Cool.
Boom! I'm telling you guys, it's a belief in what you say will change whatever happens in your life. If you don't truly believe the words you say, those words are nothing. You won't have the confidence. I want everyone to understand when I tell you, this is very important, that you don't need to know about real estate to be confident in it.
No, it's actually, you got to know about people and you got to be willing to help people out.
That's it.
And you got to reach out for help. And like everybody thinks they can do everything themselves. Like your job is to go out and find motivated sellers, preferably without realtors that are off market. If you do it the other way, I'm not saying you can't do it. It's difficult. And what makes it particularly difficult is you don't have the skill set or the experience. So a lot of the conversations definitely deal with realtors. They're painful and they're torturous. And I don't like to put anybody in that situation. Wholesaling is not that painful. I'm here to tell you. It changed my life. It can change yours. You just got to find the right route to take with it.
Exactly. All right. So let's talk here. We got Jason.
Oh.
Talking to
Hey.
There you are. What's up, man?
I'm sorry. I had you on mute. I'm cold calling. Hey, I just wanted to show you this. You asked. I got it framed.
Oh,
Lord.
oh
Wait a
my
second.
Lord.
Oh,
Look
there
at
we
that.
go.
Let's make this big. Oh, snap. Beautiful, man.
That's 6,000 right there. That's my first one, so I framed it.
Okay.
What is
That's
that?
it.
That's $500 per one-on-one call he did with us. I don't know. Well, whatever one it was, it ended up doing well, man. Right. And so
Yeah. I actually got another one too for 5,000. So
they just come easier after the first one, right?
No, they do. And
Yeah.
that's how you learn the skill set. You can get bigger numbers and get more quantity. It's people really act like you just jump in the wholesaling. You get a $30,000 check in your first 3 weeks and everything's smooth sailing. I tell everybody it's a journey and you can do it for free or you can pay. You're all taking the same journey because at the end of the day, it's up to you to take the action and you to be accountable to yourself. And if you think anybody else is going to substitute that, you're crazy. The day you say, I'm accountable and I'm going to move forward in spite of, that's when you really start wholesaling because you start whining and complaining and bitching about it. It's endless. And once you go, I'm wasting time and energy. Let's just go focus on find some more motivated sellers. So I'm proud of you, dude. I know you've been like fighting through this and like you've had a couple deals that
let them talk
just
about
lost.
it. I want you to tell everyone listening who you are, how many times you've been on here and all this stuff. Cause I think it's really inspirational.
Oh yeah. I've been on here a couple times. You know, I've been watching you guys for probably like a year and a half. But I didn't really start taking action until January. Yeah. And once I really like buckled down and started doing it, I got 2 deals. I closed them in, when was that? May. It sucks because I'm looking back now and I see that cash buyer sold it for 50,000, but it doesn't matter because I didn't put up any money. He put up his own money. He bought it. So it is what it is.
You could have lost 50 on it.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm cold calling now and I'm looking for the next one.
That's it, man. Before you ever feel bad about a cash buyer making money, you got to realize they can equally lose the money. And as talking to you, you got some amazing kids, right? What would that do to your family's financial situation if you lost 2 $50,000 deals? Probably not good.
Oh God, no.
And you though, you didn't put that risk on your family but you got the money for wholesaling, which is a lot less risk. There's a lot of dads out here that will watch the big football games. You know, they'll get into painting boats, and that time they've spent into wholesaling, you make a lot of money. So a lot of people your age, you know, they get into other tinkering stuff, right? They get into boats, they get into fishing.
Let it go.
But you put that energy into wholesaling, and guess what? You're making money now, and hey, it's changing your life. So we're proud of you.
Yeah, that would set me back a lot. I have full custody of both my kids, so it's just me and them at home. That would set me back very far.
Guess what, Jason? Though, guess what? Your kids can come back and watch this video and show how proud they are of their dad that he never gave up.
Absolutely,
he kept doing it. He did real estate deals, and he put his dedication into something, and he got real results from it. And there's
Oh,
nothing
yeah.
that can take that away from you, man.
And
That's
the amount
right.
of time you're going to get with your kids while you do this, because you'll get much more prolific at it. And then
Yeah.
they
So,
wind up
man,
next to you, just like
so
this sort of type of deal.
well,
I
I'm
spend
looking
a
forward
ton of
to
time
it.
with them, and that's
Yeah, man.
it's the greatest thing you can give your kids. Kids, listen, they say they want money, but the reality is, time is the most
Yeah.
precious thing you can give to a
Yeah.
child,
Oh yeah.
even an adult, a person, because you can't get it back. And once you recognize it and understand it, people follow with you. It's like, but I always made my kids inclusive when I did wholesale. I'm like, come on, kids, we're going to go look at a house. They're like, and my daughter was never crazy about it. He loved it because he would go through all the trinkets in the house. And then my daughter always told on me, you know what dad made us do today? I'm like, I'd kick her a little bit, but
no. I'll
she's
bring
good.
mine. I'll bring mine on houses. I'll bring them all day long.
Oh,
they
yeah,
they
man.
like
Yeah,
it.
no.
They'll like it.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, I'll see you guys in October then. Looking forward to it.
Awesome,
I can't
man.
wait. So, Jason, I really appreciate it, man. You got this. You're the man. Can't wait to
Absolutely.
see
I
you there.
appreciate
So,
I appreciate you guys.
we'll
You
clip
mentioned
this
you wanted
out.
to see the check, so there it is.
We did. So we'll clip this out. We'll probably put it in the Wholesaling Houses for Real Facebook, Wholesaling Houses for Real YouTube channel.
Mhm.
So your kids can see
Absolutely.
that little clip forever. All right.
Absolutely. I appreciate it. You guys
Love
have a
it.
good day.
Okay.
All right.
Jason.
Appreciate
Talk
it.
to you next time.
All right.
Bye.
See you, man. The reason why we want to clip that out and post it is because when his kid gets his first wholesaling deal,
Yeah.
you can go watch that. That's the point.
I don't
Guys,
know
it's a
what
family
outlet
affair
will be
here.
on there.
So, guys,
Yeah.
I don't know what can motivate you even more. We're helping you guys get rich. We're doing it for free. Freewholesaling.com is a completely free wholesaling course. And we're going to get you guys rich in wholesaling real estate. Guys, I'm telling you, you want to make money, you want to become successful, all you got to do, go to stinkingfreewholesaling.com and it will lead you to wholesaling success. Guys, if you want to be like Jason, you want to be like all these people doing checks, these ain't paid testimonials. They go to freewholesaling.com, they do it, they send us deals, they do well, and you guys make a ton of money. So, guys, go out here, live the life of your dreams, believe in yourself. I believe in you, but actually, no, I'm going to scratch that. I only believe in you if you believe that you can go out here and consistently do the work every single day. If you can tell yourself you can do that, then I swear to you, believe that you can get your first deal, your first 100K, your first $1 million in wholesaling real estate. I know you do too.
Mm-hmm.
The question is, do you believe in yourself? If you don't believe in yourself, you won't get the money. So, guys, do it. Believe in yourself. You'll become successful. This is Zach Ginn signing out.
Rick Ginn signing out.
Have a blessed one.